It's Mazza Team Thursday, and we're not going to be talking about real estate today or Mazza Team, which is part of the Royal LePage State Realty Group, but we're going to talk to the old man here, the guy who started it all, as far as Martin is concerned, Martin Mazza, and that's Murray, who is a lawyer. And we want to talk about something that I think more and more people need to get into, because it seems like over 50%, almost 6% of adults do not have any kind of will or powers of attorney. But let's talk about wills first of all, because it's important that they have these.
Extremely important. I mean, unless you figure out a way not to die, you don't need a will. But most of us are going to die. So you need a will so that you can take control of your estate, so that you can control the distribution of your assets at a reasonable cost, and you can avoid unnecessary costs which banks will impose upon you, which the government will impose upon you. So the will is an inexpensive solution to avoid problems.
Now, a lot of people won't get a will because, well, I don't have too much here. I don't own a house. I rent, and I don't have just some furniture, maybe a few bucks in the bank, that kind of a thing. But it really is a hassle when the time comes to move that money around.
It is a hassle because banks need copies of wills. Government wants copies of wills, or your assets will be frozen. So you need the will to have access, quick access to your assets and distribute the assets the way you want. You want to avoid the bureaucracy of not having a will. But the other part is that if you're a young family, children, you want to protect your children, you want to protect your wife, but in the end, you want peace of mind. So every time the thought comes into your head, you go to a funeral and you keep thinking, I don't have a will. Now you can say, oh, I've covered it. And you won't think about it or be bothered by it anymore. But it's efficiency, it's cost saving, and it's peace of mind.
Okay. Thanks for that. Because that's one thing, get a will no matter if you've got a little or a lot. Now, powers of attorney is another thing that goes along with that as well.
Powers of attorney, there are two types. There's a financial power of attorney, which says that if you become incapable of signing legal documents, you appoint someone to do that on your behalf. But what people don't realize is that when you become incapable, the authorities, the medical people, advise the provincial government. The provincial government swoops in, and if you don't have a power of attorney, they freeze all your assets. Then you have to go to court and spend $6,000 to get a court order with a 2-month delay, and they will charge you for the management of your money. Powers of attorney, financial, are $75. So you need a financial power of attorney. You also need a medical power of attorney, also known as a living will, and that is in case you can't make medical decisions. So once again, we're into peace of mind. I got to protect my family. I got to protect my wife. She protects me, my children, and we have order so that we don't run into the bureaucratic government nightmare and the huge expense of having to go to court and spending $5,000. Ridiculous.
Okay. So wills, powers of attorney, got to have those. Not something we want to talk about or think about, even at a younger age, but it's good to have them too, because not many people get out of this world alive. Thank you very much for being with us today. And how can people get a hold of you to talk more about this?
I'm at 426 Highway number 8, same building as the Mazza team, 905-561-1444.
Okay. Murray Mazza, thanks.